Evening, folks. Welcome back to the channel. Pardon any sync issues. See, now, right now, I haven't opened up the chat room for YouTube yet in a separate screen through Streamlabs. Like, what's up, Michael? And what's up, Patrick? It's showing me your proper avatars, the way they look, quite frankly. But hold on. Let me open up the secondary screen. This is just the chat room. And then here we effing go. Now it's got Michael with it. It's got the white background and the M, and Patrick's is the black background with the thing in the middle. That this fucking reverso. I mean, like it's not the end of the world. I'm not, like that mad about it. I just don't understand it. Like, why does it have to do like the bizarro color flip? As if I'm in Australia. Like this is an American computer. It doesn't use UK English, so I don't understand why. I just don't understand why. It reminds me of when I first got this phone. It let me, before I was setting up any accounts, it let me switch it to dark mode. And then everywhere I looked, everything was reversed. So my avatar looked pink, and that's unacceptable. So after 30 minutes, I just did a factory reset on my phone and just did like regular, didn't set it to dark mode and just set all the specific apps to dark mode. And that's what fixed it. It reminds me of that. And the thing is, I got that phone about 10 days before Gamer Cat died. I got it on my birthday. So it just reminds me of when he died, seeing those reversed avatars like that. So, like, while it's not killing anybody, it's reminding me of one of the worst days of my life while I'm doing something I love more than anything else. So, like, the fucking, you can't ever just have something be good. There's always going to be that twinge to just like that certain area of it that just completely fucks it up. This is exactly what it's like with Gray Still Plays videos. I love the man to death. He's my internet father. But I swear to God, if I ever see his editor in real life, I'm going to kick that man square in the dick for putting all this goddamn 80s music all over these videos. It'll like I'll watch until I hear 80s music, and then I've got to click off of it and just come back later because I can't. I just can't. And it keeps happening. And what's up to Michael? Royal Orleans. I was trying to think of your Twitch handle. And what's up, Lisa Gray and Arden? What's up to Wally World if he's with you? Yeah, quite frankly, Twitch chat, Michael Royal is the same person. And what's up, we owe you, Bill Cooper, over on Twitch, because I do have my Twitch chat room open, even though I'm just live on YouTube. It's like 2 degrees hotter in here, and it's raining, so I'm sweating, but I'm very comfortable in this shirt, so it's I'm staying. Yeah, how's everybody doing? It's been forever since we've seen each other. It's been like 2 days. That's just how it feels since every day is 2 days long. I was trying to fiddle with my hair, trying to find a way to clip it up underneath, but it's so weird to like. I'll wait till it's hotter for that. It's just too much neck and ears. Wheelia Bill Cooper says a great looking hat you have there. Yeah, I got to start wearing it so people know who the hell I am, and just to get used to it, like just in case I would have to meet Franklies in real life. Nobody knows what I look like. So if I don't walk in wearing a purple top hat, I'm just some chick in a Gray Still Plays shirt. So and like a Gray Still Plays merch even. What's up, Wally World? Glad you made it. Everything else about his videos are wonderful, but it's that goddamn 80s music. I swear, if Gray's younger than me, his team has to be younger than me as well. So what's somebody born in 1990? I'm just assuming on a kick about 80s music. It just makes the But I look forward to like Great Still Plays all day, especially since there was no upload yesterday. And then 4 o'clock happens, and I go to click on the video, and I just start to wonder, am I going to hear the 80s music immediately? Is it going to be after the intro? Is it 75% of the video? Is it the first 50% of the video? It, I just can't. Since I have to deal with Mayhem being basically a half an 80s album, I'm 80s out for life. I should try to write these things down a little bit more, though it is weird to talk about a Tumblr on YouTube just because a Tumblr is supposed to be a thing people don't believe still exists, even though it never went anywhere and it's still alive and thriving, but where everybody's supposed to act like it's just not there, even though it's the best place to hang out on. What's up, Dandy? Glad you made it. But one thing, because I will get, like I said, I don't talk to people there. They have a DM feature. People can talk there. There's couples on there and married couples and the whole nine. Michael, are you an 80s album? I'm going to start lying about my age. I'm either going to start telling people I was born in 1979 or in 1990 just to like get away from the 90s. Frank is up. Erica, what's up? Frank is up in Collinsport, Maine, because this is the week of his wedding anniversary. Technically, yesterday was his anniversary, but he takes this whole week off, plus Memorial Day, so he gets a little bit of extra time with his family. And they just head up again. They're up in Maine and just hang out. I know Frank does, and he has, put this in Discord and on Twitter, say like, "Hey, while I'm off, I'll be going live from Instagram," and he's like posting pictures of like what he's doing and stuff. So if you want to follow him along, you can. I don't. I don't care. I don't know. I don't care what he's doing up there. I know enough about Collinsport, Maine. I don't need to see one guy up there. Michael, Nikki is such a freaking Y2K baby. I know, right? Oh my God. It's just like you listen to Mayhem and tell me how you feel afterwards. Like tell me, like listen to that, like not the two extra tracks, even though one of them's good and one of them is totally skippable. You listen to Mayhem and tell me how you feel after it. How it just, you got like some of the best stuff up in the world on that album, and some of the most forgettable shit. Oh my goodness, what's up, Jenna? I think that's why I'm so on about, and now I'm on about looking for like what's unreleased from Mayhem. What are just unreleased? That's why I was looking for something called. At first, it was called Club Kids. I've heard it called Neon Lights. I've heard it called Endless Night. Don't even know if it's a real song. I just need it to be. I found a full version of it. I need that to be real. I don't care. I just want it to be real. Because it's better than it's better than Shadow of a Man. It's better than Kill for Love. It's better than Killa. It's better than Die with a Smile. It's better than a Blade of Grass. Uh, she has so much unreleased stuff that is better than her official stuff. You could probably put two CDs together of unreleased stuff that just knocks the complete socks off of like the complete Joanne album and half of Mayhem. Oh, William Bill Cooper, Maine. Frank's right next door. Yeah, the funny thing is, now while he is up in Maine, that's a true fact. That's not me, memeing or anything. I just say he's up in Collinsport, Maine. One, because it's a plug. That's a fictional town. So I've done this before because somebody's Googled it and come back like, "Hey, wait a minute, isn't this a town from the TV show?" It is. But to hear him talk, he mentioned going to a place. And I'm like, wait, why does that word sound familiar? So I actually like looked at the map, zoomed in. He's literally, if from what I understand, he's sort of in the park that's on the island up in Maine where Collinsport is supposed to be located. So I'm right. I didn't know how right I was. Janet, yeah, we'll talk about a little bit of Dark Shadows. Won't get too heavily into it. Just sort of lightly touch on it, slowly get into it. Erica, Maine was so-so. Like, yeah, it's like, eh. It's up higher, so it's gonna be colder, right? So I mean, like maybe 5 degrees, but I would notice that. William Bill Cooper, I hope it is real. It is real. I spend a lot of time up in Collegeport, Maine. Lisa Graham constantly winking at you, had an eyelash destroyed my left eye in my sleep. I remember dreaming that someone stuck a little needle in it and I woke up yesterday. This has never happened to me in my entire life, but every single time an eyelash fell out, I swear to God, it got right into the corner of my eye so bad that I had to like physically pull it out. I couldn't just rub it away. I've never had so many eyelashes in the corner of my eyes in my entire life. Not kidding. Just yesterday, but not today. Michael wielding that cackle like a whip tonight. I'm not as awake as I was yesterday, but then I didn't have coffee. I ate more. Did I sleep more? I usually go out on Wednesdays. I stayed in because I figured it was going to be wet because it rained yesterday and then it rained again today. But oh well, I guess I got to go up tomorrow anyway. I just knew it was going to hurt my eyes. Because that's what it is. That's the problem I'm having. I'm not getting into it right this second, but like if I look at my notes now, like this is smaller paper that I'm using, but I can seriously fill up like 2 whole pages and maybe a little bit of a third one. And then I go back to my first notes and I have to take notes on top of them. Like, okay, well, that's episode 12. Like, this is back from January of this year, just in this short of a time. I've got to add more detail. I can't have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines of notes for an episode. That's not cool. So like just today, I went back to watch a few. I don't know what to do. If I go to rewrite it, I don't want to fuck up my hand. So I'm just putting notes on top of my note. It doesn't have to be perfect. And to be quite honest, if you want some foreshadowing, um, my last name is the foreshadowing, so if it does seem at points like I'm sort of like rushing through the beginning, I don't really mean to, but sort of the first couple like 200 episodes of Dark Shadows is really kind of small in the way everything is just happening basically with like the family and like a few other people outside of Collinwood, the actual home. So you kind of really have maybe like one main plot going along and just like a few other things with some other characters. But then once episode 210 starts and we get the cast changes, that's when you're getting more going on. So you've got like the main family going on with stuff, but then you got these new characters, they got stuff going on. So you almost have like two separate storylines going on at the same time that like interweave with each other. Sometimes they do their own thing. It just depends. And that's just how it goes since the show did start out like just as a soap opera, regular soap opera, like 1966. I couldn't tell you exactly what other soap operas were going on. You only half an hour. It ran for about a year, and then they got the message from on high, like hey, you guys got a month and you're out of work. Just the ratings were just not there. So they had to make some changes and had they had 3 additions to the cast, but I guess to be honest, it's really just the one addition that made it a big thing, and then it continued on for another 4 years. And I really think the only reason it stopped just seems to be maybe the actors got tired of it. So it's like, dude, I've been doing this for so many years of your life. You only you have to do that one thing. And back then you are what you do, like you are the character from the show. So it's one thing to have to like live that as your job and be that in real life. I'm sure they kind of just got sick of it, just getting older, want to do other things. So then it just kind of went away. Royal Orleans says Dark Shadows is gay as fuck. Sometimes they will say some of the fun, like nowadays characters will say shit that are like the drop dead funniest fucking lines, and they say it so seriously. I don't know, like, how was this not funny then? But this slays now. You cannot say that same line with that same conviction and not bring down the house, but they're just saying it all casual, like, and nobody laughs. Like, there's not a chuckle behind the camera, nothing. Like, nobody thought this was funny. I don't understand that. Like, a character that's not known for being funny is saying funny shit. I lose it. Royal Orleans says homoerotic vampire crapatola. Not really. Like the vampires are sort of like the least gay part of it. And then one character has a straight up silly name. I don't know how they named him this. How was this not a joke back then in the 60s? And that's seriously that character's name. How do they get away with that? That dude's gay as fuck too. Like you can't let this like he's so gay. I don't know how to put it. He's just so gay, full stop. And you know, again, this is the 60s when it was still like illegal to be gay. But then here's this guy just being this way. Like, no, that's not the character. That's him in real life. Like, I don't have a problem with him being gay, but I'm sure there were folks who did, and they just let that go. It's not that he's a bad actor. Bill Cooper, I enjoy deadpan bombs being dropped. Oh yeah. Oh, Dandy said, I feel privileged to get to see the Purple Top Hat live. LOL. I've been watching this back. It doesn't, like, you can barely tell it's purple. And then I thought, let me shine a light on it. But it just makes it look fucking blue. So you can't even, can I do that? And I can't make that. I'm already blind after my own show. So I can't make it any brighter. I'm sorry. You can take my word for it. Michael says that I should run a poll of what tasks people do while they listen. Oh, the Frankly universe is endlessly fascinating. You know, that's a great question because I wondered what people just do in general at 7 p.m. Like whether they're like finishing up dinner or you know that's when the family's sitting around anyway. Is it do you watch it by yourself kind of a thing? That is interesting to ask. I couldn't do a poll. I'd have to do like a question poll, like as a video, since YouTube can't count in a poll. Speaking of polls, please check this out. I think it's the first link in the description, but just to see. I don't know if it's gonna work, but I just want to see if you guys want me to continue to do a movie review once a month while I'm reviewing Dark Shadows, because after the fact I realize that's a lot to do. And I don't want to overwhelm you guys. I can overwhelm myself, but not you guys. So I do want to get folks' opinion. Check that out. If it selects something different, go ahead and just write in your choice in that poll down in the comments so I'll know on Saturday. I mean, like, say we can do one more movie if you guys want. I do have a couple of suggestions, and then you know, just might let it drop off for a little bit to get through Dark Shadows and then pick it back up again. But I know folks do watch because it shows stats somewhere on your I think in YT Studio, and it's like I want to say like half of the people watch me on like a mobile phone. Like not as many people sit and watch me on a computer, so folks are just like on a phone. So I know from some people talking about like they're at work or like Jenna's finishing up supper. Some folks are in the middle of cooking. Some people like clean, like they're just cleaning their whole ass house and they've got like my show on or quite frankly on, or like they'll come in and it's the last half hour of the show and they'll be like, oh my God, I just got done cleaning the whole bathroom. And just like, oh girl, sit down. Damn, you earned it. Royal, Polish women are hot. Damn straight. Royal Bill Cooper, laptop viewer here. I wonder what it counts me for Frank because I do watch him on the TV video wise, but then I have the chat room on the tablet. So, but it's just the one account, so it's not going to count where I'm watching twice. I wonder about that. Huh. It wouldn't say, like, it doesn't say who on your channel watches what way. Jenna said it selected the third option. Okay. Yeah, just type in the voting section which one you wanted since I can't use the polls anymore. I'll have to make video, you know, like comment what you want to do in the comments or upvote whatever comment video instead of releasing a poll because they how are you supposed to know how many subscribers you have or say how much you earn off of your videos if YouTube can't count? They need better accountants. Michael said, I love chatting with all of you in a cowboy hat and running shorts in the forest. Oh, nice. Very, it's giving me like early 90s vibes. Michael said, I'm filling cans for recycling with sand. Oh, cool. Well, Orleans has relieved himself during Quite Frankly. Good to know. Jenna, yeah, understandable. Said I just read your title to see if I want to stay tuned. I'm not much on reviews. Sorry. That's okay. Yeah. I know what I was going to say about Tumblr. It's so. Again, you find the biggest, like, smattering collage of people there than anywhere else. Because if you're on, say, like Twitter, you're basically following people you either like or you're hate following them. I don't, but I know some people do. YouTube, you're following channels you like. I don't think anybody wants to get notifications for channels they hate, even though you can turn those off. But Tumblr is the one place where you can have the weirdest collection of people. You don't have to talk to them at all, not once, not ever. You're literally just following them because you like what they post. And that's how I choose to follow people. If I like most of your posts, if you're making me laugh, if you're sharing Tumblr stuff that I like, I'll follow your shit. It's like all random stuff. Like, again, like when there's like TV, movie, actors, TV shows, but mostly black and white and silent stuff. And then some people just post art. Some people just post like old clothing from the 18th, 17th century. Some people are they're more based, so that's where I get any news from in memes comes from those people. I don't mean to see it; it just does. But some of these folks seem to be sadly, it seems like some of the Dark Shadows people, like half of them sort of seem normal, and then the other half of them seem very, very weird. It's weird in this way. I find it odd that people who seem to be into the whole like tranny type of thing are also into a TV show from 60 years ago. It pulls in the strangest audience, the strangest group of people I've ever seen in my entire life, but they all have a sense of humor. So, they're all okay up to a certain point. So I get like reblogs for stuff where like, hey, I kind of agree with this, but then you realize it's kind of going off on a tangent and that it's just about some kind of weird tranny thing. So keep scrolling. Maybe that's what they are. I don't care about the body parts you want to cut up. It's Tumblr. We're not there to care. We're there to tell people to unalive themselves. It's actually be proud of that. If you're on Tumblr and somebody sends you a message or tags you and they tell you to kill yourself, like, oh my God, thank you. Thank you so much. Royal Orleans, did your therapist commit suicide? I don't believe in going to therapy. I said, I'll stop overthinking. You sound psychotic. Okay, yeah. I wouldn't go to, I don't need to go to therapy. I'm online. Michael said I get notifications from Candace, so I know what dark shit will be pushed next. Michael said that's really interesting, Nikki. That kind of drives with the energetic resonance idea, too. Yeah. So here's this post starting out, and right away, like I knew what they were on about. I'm just going to sort of give you the gist of it. Basically, this person was, it's a girl who tries to be a boy. I don't know if this chick cut off her tits and does all the chemicals. I don't know if she just wears flannel. I don't know what level of groomed this person is at, but their thing was that they were upset that the more that they passed as a guy, the less it included they felt in like their cisgender, whatever their name is, for cutting off their body parts. So that group of people. So basically, they were upset that they were passing as the gender they're dressed as because they'd rather be accepted as a freak. And I kind of thought that's what they were coming from. Like, I know it all stems from like just trying to molest children and then fuck with their heads, but like I kind of thought that's what it was. That's why that they never like fully look like a boy or a girl. Like they might look like a girl, but they look like a girl who's like a lesbian, so they don't know how to play a straight girl. They're just bad actors. But I know that's what it was. It's like they don't want to be like, these are, like they're just groomed people, and there's just maybe they're just too far gone. There's no help for them now. But it's sad and kind of funny, and kind of like, well, duh, why would you dress like a freak and then just stop? People don't do that. Like they might age out of it, but they haven't been. This hasn't been going on long enough for them to have aged out of it. I thought, and I couldn't say anything back. Like, you don't even want to, because if you reblog something, it comes up like something you posted. It's like, well, I don't want somebody thinking I like this, and I don't really have anything to say other than LOL, get wrecked. But I'd never heard it quite put that way because they can't articulate their thoughts because they're not thinking. But it was so interesting to like finally see that typed out somewhere, and like I wasn't gonna be the one to tell them. It's like, well, hey, maybe you should cut that shit out. Like maybe you should just, go ahead and be a full man instead of just being this in the middle like undeveloped freak. But I'm not on TikTok, so you're not gonna listen to anything I say. Royal Arlene says the only dark shadows I see are under your eyes. Thank you. Hey, don't make fun. I could be 25 back in the 60s. People aged kind of rough back then. Michael, Purves matching up with children's pop culture says a lot about both. Yeah. Well, when they're okay, like maybe they grew up watching all these like kid shows and you're still on about them. Not in like a like trying to like uncover the dirt kind of a way, just in a like, why are you still consuming these shows as if they're still airing? Oh, what's up, Zora? I have mentioned before, I've been checking out, I've done this before, the creepypastas. They're scary stories. Well, they're meant to be scary stories. Sometimes they, like it has a good title and you start listening to it and it just fizzles out, and maybe they're just not a good writer, and like it gets weak somewhere in the end. And then it's like, do I really want to hear the end of this? Maybe it'll save it, and it doesn't. But there's some good ones out there. But the whole premise of the thing is that they're fake stories. Like they might be based on real life things, but in general, these are just, fake, scary stories somebody made up somewhere that have gotten around. If you remember chain letters, that's sort of how these got around before. Then they were just like spam emailed out, and now it's like it's a whole, like, people have whole channels dedicated to like just talking about creepy pastas and just scary internet stories because it's been around for so long. Michael, yeah, they say psyche stops developing at age of traumatic abuse, pop infantilism. Yeah, yeah, like those kids that are old for their age, and then you come to find out, like, well, remember when they had to like stop visiting their uncle that one summer? Well, it turns out he got arrested for it, stuff like that. Michael, yeah, stories are generally fake. Yeah, because that's the thing. Yeah, like even stuff on the news, all that's fake too, but people don't realize it because they've been surrounded by it their whole lives. But a lot of stories are fake. But like on the premise, like these are fake, but then some of them are just so good you get so far into it. Maybe the storytelling is so good. Maybe it's just the right time of day. Maybe it just has those right factors where like I'll just be sitting there like, wait, did this really happen? Did they say that there was a news article? I swore they show like if it has you to like start doubting whether it's real or not, it's good. You know they've got you there. It's like, oh my god, this could really happen. Wait, what? What was that website they were at? And it's enough to be real, but then again, I'm not going to be going to like Tor and like looking up these websites and like trying to find this stuff. I don't want like viruses or any weird thing. And again, if it is all fake and there's nothing to find, I'm not going to waste my time. But when you get into creepypastas, you start seeing, well, you see acronyms everywhere, but you start seeing ARG. I'm like, okay, I like pirates. What's it stand for? And there's some acronyms that just don't stick in my head right away, and this is one of them. It does. I think it's just finally starting to sink in. I've been seeing it for a couple of years, but it's I thought it stood for, because I found out what ARG stood for, and then my brain just sort of erased it and told me it stood for a real game. So then I start watching ARGs about Minecraft. And all I can do is agree, like, yes, Minecraft is a real game. I've never played it for 1 second, but I've seen enough of it to know that it's a real game. I agree with that acronym. ARG does not stand for a real game. It's alternate reality game. That's just now sinking in. Don't know how long that took, but it's supposed to be. It kind of feels like it's a step up from a creepypasta. What's it go to? Glad you made it. What's up? And I bitch slap Satan. Well, yeah, you know that Frank's all up in your area for this week. ARGs kind of take it a step further, where it's not just a story. It's often the ones that I've been seeing are it's YouTube channels. People will just take just some randomly titled. It's not a big fancy YouTube channel. It might even be old, like 10 years old or more. And it's just like this random string of videos. And something happens in it, like out of the corner of your eye. They're like, well, blink and you'll miss it. And they go back and show you, and it's like this dark figure, and the person is playing in single player mode. So it's like right away, it's like, holy shit, what is that? Because it's, as much as I've seen of Minecraft, nothing is just pure black with no edges. So unless there's some kind of like skin download, that just does not occur. Royal Orleans, yeah, just giving you shit. Great, writing fiction can be great, yeah. Michael said, my priest and I actually had a serious discussion about 4chan green text, lol. He's famously based, though. Aw. I just don't like the green text because it's kind of hard to read on the background that they use for it, so I just sort of scroll past those. I bet Shep Satan. I wish I could leave him a voicemail. I don't do email. Oh, well, maybe next time. You can leave Frank a voicemail. Do I have that saved? Hmm. I've got it saved on the computer. Pardon any lag. Here. That's Frank's voicemail. I think it cut you off. He said it's 90 seconds, so that's why I was saying if you want to tell Frank a story, do 70 seconds of lead up to the story. That way you cut yourself off in the last 20 seconds, and it's funny no matter what you're saying. But it's just it takes you to a website. I didn't go any farther than that because I don't have anything to say. But I guess you can just click somewhere and you like leaving a voicemail, record your message, and then Frank gets it. I don't know if it lets you like listen to it back or anything like that, but that's what he's just having people use. That's how he's been getting these comments on the air. Within the last month or so. But yeah, these ARGs take it a step farther, and when you think you come to a dead end, these people must watch these videos frame by frame because they're like, well, there's like a distortion here, and if you pause it, you see these letters, and everything is in some kind of Caesar cipher, or everything is like coded some kind of way. And then you find out it's a link to like an unlisted YouTube video, and then you watch that, and that's got some even creepier stuff in it, and it just keeps going down and down and down, following all these little trails to all these creepy videos to find out. Like a lot of times they're talking about how single player, it's just single player, nobody can join. But then suddenly, okay, here's a building I didn't build. Here's a cave I didn't dig. Here's a bridge I didn't build. What the fuck is up with this tower? Like creepy shit like that. So people see that stuff and they just exit out of the game. Like that's what I would do too. Like, what the fuck? Who's messing with my stuff? So I haven't deleted any email in at least a decade. That includes 5 accounts. Wow. Michael, Frank's Instagram today was feckin' adorable on a trolley and a mountain. That sounds like San Francisco. Lisa Gray, I'd leave a voicemail, but everyone would know I'm a whiskey drinking, drunken, ciggy old bag. Oh, that would be cool. Michael said to Lisa, want to know how I know I loved you? Michael asking if I'd sweep chimneys at night. I could probably fit up a chimney now. What is the weight requirement to go on the Junior Gemini at Cedar Point? I can fit on that now. It's going to wreck up my back. I'll go to the chiropractor the next day. But I think if you're under 105, you should be able to get on that ride. I don't know, but I want to go on that thing so bad. Jenna says, don't feel bad, Lisa. I'm an old battle axe. Battle axe? Some of these ARGs like kind of get to me, especially in the last couple of days. Like one just ended very well. Like the I forget it's this is going between maybe about 3 channels. Some people just don't have a good presentation style. Some people you just don't want to hear their voice. But it's maybe about 2 or 3 channels here that have been I've been sort of sort of just going in a circle, checking it out. Like these things seem interesting. Let me, click on them, see what, and like they're longer videos too, like at least a half an hour. I'm not trying to be clicking around on my remote the whole time. I just want to be entertained. Bill Cooper said, I would really love for Lisa Gray to leave Frank a voicemail, just saying. Oh, cool. I bitch slapped Satan just left a message for Frank. Sweet. Nice. This one of these last ones I watched, and like some of these might be famous in like the ARG creepypasta community, but I'm just finding out about them this week. Francois, glad you made it. Says hi, boys and girls. It's like this dude loads up his Minecraft world, and I guess this was just he's like, yeah, man, I have not played on this version in like maybe like a year. It's this dude named Andrew talking about like, yeah, I had this buddy Chris, and we used to play like something like Halo back in the day. That's how we met. And like one dude's on the East Coast, the other dude's on the West Coast. They've never met in real life. They're just online friends. That's the only way they can communicate. Michael said, Nikki, do you want current events chit chat on these streams? I mean, you can talk about current events. I just won't know what you're talking about. Oh, Lisa Gray, We Owe You Bill Cooper is over on my Twitch channel in that chat room. Michael says the new Pope is talking about opening Vatican archives. What's in the Vatican archives? Like May 3rd, ate a sandwich, drank a glass of water, molested 5 boys. What do they keep track of? Who's scribing things, or are they typing it? What do they need to keep track of? How many, what their measurements are if they need another Pope dress made? I just don't know what they like. I know what they will. I know what they would keep track of, but it's nothing they would tell us about. Oh, they're taking Adderall over on Twitch. Lisa Gray, whoops, must be the whiskey. No, that's okay. Oh, Jenna, everything from history? Oh, their version of history. Yeah, they can go ahead and drop that. Francois, those archives will be open the day chickens have teeth. Oh, Adderall. Yeah, Adderall. It's right in the name. It's like Andrew goes into his world and he's walking around all these places that he really hasn't been to very much. And it's like, what's this? Oh, I remember building this with Chris. Yeah, this is one of the first things we built. And this dude's wandering around, and he keeps finding these wells. Like it's natural, it's not a naturally occurring thing. And he, remembers his buddy used to build them. And I'm thinking, well, stay away, dude. I know it's at the bottom of a well, you're gonna drown. But this dude figures out to drop down in there. It's like a portal to another world. And he's finding these signs telling him to leave and go back. Michael Adderall on Twitch. Yeah. um, and he's just trying to find some trace of his friend because he can't contact him in real life, like not on Discord, like no kind of where he can just contact him through Minecraft. But they're never, logged on at the same time. So he's just finding all these things that, Chris must have built, must have left for him that he just doesn't remember because it was so long ago. But at the same time, he's also getting these cryptic messages, like referring to a he, like a capital H he, like there's somebody like a third person going around in here that we've just never seen. Like maybe this guy's building the stuff, we don't know. And as these videos go on, it's just this dude Andrew, and he's just trying. Like we can hear him actually talk, like he had his mic on, so we can hear like the game sounds. We can hear him talking, and like, whoa, what's this? I didn't build that. Where does this go? And like he's getting creeped out. We're getting creeped out, and there's not even creepy music. It's just a creepy situation. It's just bad vibes. But he's not finding his friend. He's just finding these weird messages and these weird doors and these portals and these wells, and that's it. And it goes on for so long. This guy just gets frustrated, and he just stops, and he's just talking. He's like, I just want to find my friend Chris. I have not seen this guy, and it's been almost a year. And he's like, I was going through some hard stuff, and Chris was the only person there for me, and I didn't have anybody else, and I just miss my friend. I just want to know what happened to him. And it's like I was already crying, and like guys don't cry, but like as he was like talking about that, like you could hear he was crying. So I'm like, oh shit. So I was sad too. And like these signs posted up, probably from Chris, like thanks for being my friend and all this stuff like that. I was getting so emotional, but um it was like there's this third entity trying to make Andrew think Chris was dead, but he wasn't. It's just like as if he was transported out of, playing the game and was just kind of like stuck as a ghost in the game somehow. And the only way he could communicate with Andrew was to leave these. You can leave these like wooden signs all up in Minecraft, and you can only put so much up there, so you have to leave multiple signs. You just talking to his friend that way. But stuff like that, like again, it's fake, but like a backstory like that, like just being online and you don't have any friends except your online friend, and then suddenly they vanish. If you spend enough time online, that's going to happen to you. So we've all been there. But come to find out, what was really going on is this third entity, just this black, shape. It was this other kid that they just didn't know what had happened to him. Like they found his channel, what he had done, because at one point Andrew finds this destroyed world, but what it was, we see that world completely built up. It's this older video, and there's this text on the screen from, like that guy in black, and it's like, this must be his world. Like, yeah, I just built this world, and I'm gonna have some schoolmates come over, and I'm gonna record, and we're gonna have a good time. And then later you see all the people jumping around multiplayer Minecraft, and one person's like, hey, get us some diamonds. So the kid's like, okay, goes down into the mine, and when he comes back up, it's nighttime, and shit's on fire, stuff's exploding. You can see the chat room, they're talking about no wonder your mom died and all this terrible shit. It's like, haha, this kid thought we were his friend, and basically they just destroyed everything he built. And this kid didn't have it and a Chris friend. He was just all alone. I guess his mother had passed, his dog had passed, he was having trouble at school, and just come to find out, he had no friends, and they just destroyed everything he built. So all this kid could do was jump into one of these wells that he built, and then that let him go into other people's games and just wreak havoc. Where Orleans Cullen one evening lived in demonic haunted house for 7 years. Not fun. Oh, yeah. You'll have to call it. Yeah, you'll have to call into Frank about that one night. Damn. We owe you, Bill Cooper. Would drop our jaws. What's been lost over time. That's true. Michael, hashtag help me find my friends. Francois, the fire wasn't an accident. It was not. Yeah, Notre Dame. Zora's talking about Notre Dame Cathedral had been restored and renovated from the fire. It looks killer. Oh, I didn't know that. I'm like, I haven't seen pictures of it since it burned. Macron from France did a piece on TV Sunday morning. It's really cool. Oh, I'm glad they're rebuilding it. The only good to come out of that was maybe an hour or two after it happened, somebody tweeted, like fire, hellfire. Too soon. Great reference. Son of a bitch. But aside from that, it's bad. Don't be burning churches. Michael St. Francois Obama floating by with champagne was a declaration of war. Michael St. Francois, there's also a famous tranny documentary called Paris is Burning. I've got to see that. I've heard it come up. Jenna, put your hair up inside your hat so it doesn't irritate you. It's because that's what I was thinking about doing. I was saying before, I don't have this stuff over here now, but it would sort of look like where's the front? Front, back, kind of like that. No, it would be more up than that. Look, man, it's raining outside. It's humid. I'm using one bobby pin. It looks. I know it's a lot of fidgeting, and I just watched my own video, and all I did was fidget. I'll be more put together next time. It's sort of a load off to not have to make myself not look bald before I go live. Yeah, that's what I usually do with like in the wintertime when I go out, I'll take all my hair in a ponytail, put it, just sort of like wrap it around my hands, lay it on top of my head, and I'll put like a black sort of like beanie cap on, and then I put another hat over that, so I'm wearing two hats. And it stops my other hat from like moving around, even though it's got a strap. Well, one of them doesn't have a strap. Oh, Jenna, yeah, sorry, that was it was a creepypasta alternate reality game ARG about Minecraft. A game I have never played, even though it's been out. How long has Minecraft been out? Like 20 years? I don't have a computer. I don't have a Steam account or anything like that. Francois and sorry. Freeze, please. I usually have all my hair just clipped back and never, I don't know it's there until I have to go live or wash it. Francois and a revenge because 700 years ago they burned Talmuds in the front of the cathedral. It was our great King Louis, Saint Louis. Oh, if they don't like what people set on fire in France, they can go back to their exploding part of the world and butt fuck each other and blow up whatever the hell they want. Francois, burning hellfire doesn't exist. It was an invention from the Middle Ages to scare people. That was just a reference to the Hunchback of Notre Dame, the Disney film. That's fucking incredible, except for those damn gargoyles. Remember, I was telling you about that thing? Like, there should be a way you can, well, like a filter you can use that can say, like, edit out a guest on a TV show or a song, or like take a tone out of a song you don't like. Can I run the Hunchback of Notre Dame Disney cartoon through that filter? Get rid of those damn gargoyles. Love that movie. Damn, it's so good. Francois, the hat is cool. I like it. Yeah, thank you. It was a gift. Royal Orleans talking about his ghost story. It would take hours to tell. Can't do it justice. You might have to just like sort of write yourself a script and maybe film a video and put it on your channel. Like, dude, this one time when I lived in a haunted house. Francois, welcome to Windows. Arden, yeah, on a road trip and stopped at McDonald's. Teens and 20-year-olds are ordering Happy Meals to get the Minecraft toys. Damn straight. That was me getting the Szechuan sauce back when that was a thing at McDonald's. Just give me as much as you're allowed to give me. I had so much of that. Jen, I used to get a Happy Meal from time to time to give it to the grandkids. Aw, yeah. I don't know if they're like now. You probably can't even color on the. Last I knew a Happy Meal that they just put the items on a bag. You didn't get the fun box at all. Michael Bros, we've had some insane weather here this week, but today is truly perfect. Hoping the same for you all. I actually looked at the weather. It was something like 17 or 18 Celsius at 1 p.m. and it's been raining. Here's another issue. I'm realizing now after I have 3 books of notes that I wrote on white paper. And I'm used to looking at yellow paper when I'm live. So it really has me thinking, do I go and rewatch the stuff and rewrite it on the yellow paper to talk about it? This is gonna be so. It's I'm probably like, don't worry about it. This is stuff you can't see. I'm just sort of thinking out loud. Only 2, 3, 4, 5, almost 6 months later do I realize my error. Oh, I did misfit. Glad you made it. Yeah, it has been like yesterday. We got rain earlier on 10 or 11 a.m. maybe later, and then today. I don't know if it's supposed to rain tomorrow. Now, the other day I was out and it was 75, so like 23 or 24 degrees Celsius, which is perfect. Could not believe it. Just to, turn around and go home and sit inside. Oh, that sucks, Jenna. My heater didn't work in my car. Oh, I need to get it serviced now. Damn straight. I will set the trunk on fire. Damn it, it's cold. Michael, something deflating about hearing Commie Celsius in Ohio. I've been using Celsius since I didn't use it. I didn't use Celsius for the temperature in the Netherlands. I didn't do that until after I got back home. For a while, I just did it in the winter, and then I switched to Fahrenheit in the summer. But it's kind of a safety thing. If I see like 0, I know it's cold as fuck rather than 32. Now, if I see 32, I'm like, God damn, that's like 90. I can't. What the hell? No, that's Fahrenheit, Celsius, totally different. So it stops people from asking you for the temperature if you give it to them in Celsius. Same thing with the 24-hour clock. I've been using that for 10 years, just about. Start, like, if you tell people it's 1954, and that's probably one of the last times they'll ask you for the time. Dennis said, I'm near Lansdale. Arden said, I'm in Wayne, so they're not far. Jenna said, I used to live in Paoli, Paoli. Michael said, just don't go to Kelvin. I care about you too much. Yeah, I'm not even trying to understand that. Francois, the only Fahrenheit I know is Fahrenheit 451. Arden said, we're neighbors, Jenna. Yeah, Francois, and I'm not a commie. It gets sort of weird when it gets into say if a Grand Theft Auto was set to kilometers per hour, like it's going to be up higher, like 130. You get on the road and it says 130 for the speed limit. You're thinking, fuck yeah, can this car go that fast? And then you look at your speedometer and it's like 90. I'm like, oh, it's still fast, but if you were to see speed limit 130 miles an hour, you would shite yourself. But they don't do that. It's just a white background sign. It's a circle with like red on the edge. And there's no words. Just 130, 130. That's all you get. That's how speed limit signs look. Oh, what is it? It's funny. You kind of have to learn Celsius because one time I saw these Australians like sweating balls, like you've never seen people like they were in some kind of jungle, so they had a right to be sweaty. But this guy, he couldn't breathe. It's like it's so hot. It's got to be like 40 out. I'm thinking, dude, you got hypothermia. Nobody sweats when it's 40 degrees. Wait, he probably means Celsius. Hold on, calculator. Nobody wants it to be 40 degrees Celsius anywhere. Like, you can live through it, but you're going to be uncomfortable the entire time. But like 30 Celsius, that's like 89, 90, right around in there. It's not, it's danger time. Whoa, Michael, I got pulled over topping out at 125 mile per hour speedometer. What year did it take you back to 1955? Dork ass cop had a t-shirt that said got meth. That's just a lazy cop. Pulls everybody over. You got any drugs? No. I'm not gonna arrest you for them. I just want to get high. Oh, sure, officer, take some meth. Just have all this fentanyl, sir. Oh, I swear I'm right on the edge of a story I was going to tell, and it keeps slipping away. Fahrenheit, Celsius. Was that something about the temperature? It's gone. I don't know if we'll get it back. I'm just trying to pull information out of my own memory. Oh, I know. I was gonna say with temperature, at least like temperature humans can deal with. There's just like roughly a 40-degree difference. So if it's 10 degrees Celsius, it's 50 degrees Fahrenheit. It's not that's not the exact difference, but we're not scientists here. And it's not like a one for one. It's not like 32 degrees Celsius equals whatever in Fahrenheit. Like they don't go up like one temperature. Like 1 degree Celsius might cover like or 2 degrees in Celsius might just cover 1 degree in Fahrenheit. So it doesn't even up. Oh, Arden, cool. I'm gonna check out at 8, so bye all. Yep, take it easy. I know Frank is premiering stuff too. Like again, he's not going live on YouTube. Frank just has stuff that he's. It seems to be clips from the last week from the show that he's just clipping and then just premiering those again. Randomly, just because it's YouTube doesn't like you to not do anything with your account, say for an entire week. Uh, Yeah, I'll just well, whenever you set up something to premiere, it goes into your notifications, like your subscription notifications, as soon as you post it. So, like for example, if I was to like post every single video I was doing this week, you just get a chunk of like uploads saying coming soon, and those would just slide down in your notifications as the days went by. Francois, it's not really simple. Yeah, it's there's math involved. So like right there, no, but it's I know there's a proper way to like say these math equations, but it's like in parentheses. It's like Fahrenheit minus 32, and then times 5/9, like 5 divided by 9 equals Celsius. Dennis said, to Arden, my ex hubby is from Berwyn, Berwyn. That's an interesting word. Trying to think what the WYN means. I used to know. Dead Misfit. YT is asshole. Yeah, it really can be. Did you guys ever watch any soap operas? I know that's sort of it's not the same thing as watching, say, like a sitcom or a comedy or a drama or a cop drama or medical drama or a food porn channel. Or it seems like soap operas are a chick thing. The only I've never really asked a straight guy if he's watched soap operas before. I think my gay best friend back in the day used to watch, because I used to watch All My Children, One Life to Live, and General Hospital. William Bill Cooper, YouTube wants proof of life from channels. They want you uploading. It seems like at least once a week, whether it's like a video or a short or a live show. I mean, like, like you don't have to. You can get a YouTube channel, put one video up there, and never upload anything again. Like, you don't have to be a content creator to have content on your channel. You can just go outside and film the same flower every day all summer and upload that every day, and that can be your content. So it's like there's no rule to having a YouTube account, like just to exist. But if you wanted to let like generate and get pushed out there and have YouTube think it's an active account, then you have to always be doing something with it. Francois, Celsius seems more natural because at 0 degrees Celsius the water freezes. Yeah, that too. Like zero, that just means frozen. That just means you can walk on the lake. Lisa Gray, I have to go out and rearrange the trash pump hose. Friggin' moose kicked it off its perch. FFS. I am getting too old for this shit. Love you, Nikki and gang. Catch you next time. Yeah. Get that. I'd say kick that moose's ass, but they're literally the size of like an Escalade. Is it like a moose getting it on season? Is that in the fall? I don't know. Those things are loud too. Somebody shared a video, somewhere on Tumblr, and it was like a neighborhood, not like a tight packed neighborhood, sort of like when you have neighbors, but you're more like out in the not in the woods, but you're not, so like everybody has a backyard. Let me put it like that. but what it was like just everybody's sort of backyard, sort of just kind of met up. There wasn't a fence. It was just this big ass field with maybe a couple of trees. And it's just this moose slowly wandering through. I guess it was moose mating season. Maybe he was calling for a mate. But the sound that this critter makes, it's this high pitched sound. I could not live around that. I would be shooting these things because it would just hurt my ears. And it hurt to hear it on the video, but they make this high pitched, loud, long sound. I'm sure it travels far enough. Oh my God, it was in their backyard. Like, go on the swings, can't. Oh, Jenna. Oh, yeah. The last time I watched a soap opera was when Luke and Laura got married on General Hospital. That was 1980 or 1981. They re-aired that because I was watching General Hospital in the late 90s. Uh, the major thing I remember from when I was watching, it's I don't know if he came back, but at the time there had been a fire and they thought Lucky Spencer had died. I forget if that was true. Maybe he was really alive, but that's what people thought. Like his girlfriend gave him some candles to light, and so he like lit one or two and then he falls asleep, and then there's his apartment and there's all this smoke, and it's like, yeah, we think the well, I don't know if the fire department knew, but like the girlfriend shows up and she's looking around and she knew what caused it, so she feels shitty right away. But they did re-air that at the time. I don't know what was going on with Luke and Laura to make them like actually like re-air something from the 80s. So I got to see that back in the day, and Liz Taylor was there playing I want to say she was like a matriarch of the Cassadine family. They were like this like richy upper crusty type of. All I remember was like the main guy. I forget his first name. Again, their last name was Cassadine. That dude was hot as fuck. Um, but I want to say like she was like the matriarch of the family. Of course, she was not on the regular show. So there's like these times that you got to give Liz Taylor her close up, and curse you, Luke and Laura, and then of course Liz Taylor being her, and the fellow who plays Luke Spencer, Anthony Geary, being who he was, they hooked up. Francois Elisa dealing with wildlife. Yep, a video will be cool. Yikes, Francois. Here we have only wild boars. Yeah, just wild boars. Just those things that killed Robert Baratheon. When you if you go to like hunt boar, you get this like long pike thing. It's got the sharp end on it, but then about halfway down, it's got some more ends sort of like pointing to the front. And I'm thinking, like why the extras? You got the top there. Why do you need this middle thing in the middle? What's that about? Just being fancy? It's just gonna make it heavier. Well, the thing is, say you go to like spear a boar, say you do get it right in the mouth, that's not gonna stop it. That thing in the middle there is because it's still trying to attack you. It will go so far as to impale itself because it's still pissed off and trying to murder you. It's what else does it have to do? Go home to its wife and its daughter. So it's those things will fuck you up. And don't even ask me how big they are, because like a pig is already huge. I'm sure a boar is bigger. So like a geo coming at you with like tusks and yeah, no. So like yeah, I'd seen soap operas before. Like, grew up on TV. I'm used to things being serialized. But one thing I did remember watching all of those soap operas, but it's like, oh God, we got like it's you got like your main storyline, and then you got stuff on the back burner, and it's like they was always putting my characters on the back burner. I'm sick of this main storyline. Get back to talking about them. Cool, we get a subplot with these people. Ah, damn it, we're back onto this. I remember getting a lot of that. It's like, okay, well, let me just wait for One Life to Live. Maybe they'll have a better thing. So like there were like ebbs and flows with it. But I had three shows to watch, so it was just it was not like I don't think there was ever a time where like I was watching all three shows and like all of my favorite characters were on the back burner, so I was just bored for 3 hours. So with Dark Shadows, it kind of depends. If you're I guess if you like all the characters, you won't be mad. But if you have your like we've all got our favorites, and then we've got our people we just sort of are there. So like maybe that will happen to you. It might be different for you because everybody has different favorite characters. I do remember certain parts I'm going through, and it's like, I haven't seen so and so in so long, and then they're in the next episode, or it's like, you know what, it's been a minute since she's been on, and then she's in the next episode, and I wasn't like looking ahead in any kind of, I was gonna call it a strategy guide. Like it's a video game. Like I wasn't looking ahead. I wasn't looking at there was a Dark Shadows Wikipedia that super breaks it down for almost every single character. You can look stuff up by episode, you can look it up by character. There were like some people where I would I'm like, what did they say their name was? Then I type it in and get the full name. Like, oh, that's what they said. It's because there's no subtitles on the DVDs. I'm watching it like when I'm taking my notes, watching it through the first time. I paid for the box set. I'm gonna watch them on the DVDs. But then to like catch up again, I'm watching them on Tubi. So like watching them on DVD, it's like fully stretched out. But if you watch them on Tubi, you're gonna get the same black bars you get here. No change. Michael said Nikki would win a Talking to the Screen award. I can see it. Oh, cool. Do they give a Emmy for best monologue? I guess it'd be a regular Emmy, not a daytime Emmy. That's something that pisses me off too because I got very interested in this. There's such good acting on this show, and I'm like, wait a minute, where are the nods? Where are the flowers? Where are the kudos? Where are the fucking awards for these people laying it out on the line? Is it like shows have to be nominated? Like we're offering you this show to be considered for awards because I think that's why Buffy the Vampire Slayer never won any awards. As great as the writing and the acting is on that show, for them to win no awards, like maybe they were just too busy. Maybe people thought this is just a silly vampire show for teenagers. People don't care. Well, you should care because those shows, that and Angel, are friggin' amazing, incredible. Can't say enough good stuff about it. Tammy Volts, what's up? She says, hi, Nikki. How's your weather in Sandusky tonight? It's nasty, cold, and rainy just south of Bowling Green tonight. By the way, I used to love General Hospital years ago. Oh, cool. Nice. Because, like, you had to wait through through all my children and one life to live to get to General Hospital. It's, like, cold. Like, it's 67 in here. I'm just sweating a bit because it's more humid than yesterday. It's rained a few times. I didn't go out today. I usually go out on Wednesday. I didn't go out today. I'll go up tomorrow. William Cooper, back in the day, one of my sisters would sooner kill you than miss General Hospital, followed by Santa Barbara. Yeah, because you're not gonna see, you're gonna see reruns of other shows. To my knowledge, in the late '90s, they were not reruns of a soap opera, so you just there's no looking away till a commercial. You had to pay attention to every single last thing. There were no repeats. So it's that you don't have that kind of pressure with Dark Shadows. It's all recorded. You guys are just south of Bowling Green. So I've been to Bowling Green twice, three times, twice. Do they still have that Big B coffee over there? Yeah, just cold and rainy. It's fine by me. Spring weather, I guess. If it gets too hot, I'll have to wear short sleeves and take my hat off. Tammy Volt says there's a great new show on Netflix now called Secrets We Keep. So good. Oh, who's keeping the secrets? Jenna, I used to watch Gilligan's Island after General Hospital. I've never seen Gilligan's Island. I know of it. And John Volts, what's up? Glad you made it. John Volts, the rain seemed oily on the windshield of the car when I was coming home and has a weird cling to the windows on the house, too. Yeah, rain does seem weird. Like the snow has been weird the last few years, but definitely the rain. All kinds of rain. It is, I guess it is the rainy season. It is Gemini. Michael, thick pollen right now, John. Mine has a golden sheen. Oh, yeah, these horny ass plants and trees and whatnot. What's up, Nightcock? Glad you made it. Oh, Jenna, acid rain is destroying the paint on my car. Maybe that's why my car's getting just like a tad little bit rustier than I don't think my Buick rusted this fast, but jump ahead to now and I gotta pay attention. I'm glad you said that. I gotta pay attention to that. Now, when I got into Dark Shadows, somebody else got me into it, and it was just DVDs. And they started with I don't know if they had the beginning on DVD just because of the cast change. So I started with episode 210 like most people do, which is fine, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. And but I only got so far. It was like just on DVD, so it was like just and like money was not like I really didn't have extras to just be buying for my fix because I wanted to watch it all, but they were kind of pricey, plus getting them from the exchange, they were still pricey. This was like 2012. It would have to be because that's when the box set came out. But like it was still in the black and white episodes, and for whatever reason, I just stopped watching it, just doing other things. Nightcock, we have love bugs as if we didn't have enough to deal with in Florida. Ugh. Now you got hippies. John Volts, Jenna, UV from the sun destroys clear coat and plastic headlights. I've heard that. Michael, straight line winds with big rain, Volts. I'm glad to hear from you. Oh, Tammy says our kitty George says hi too. Just tap my arm. Oh, hello, kitty cat. Dennis said I'll probably need to get my roof and hood painted. Oh, that sucks. John Volt's old timey cars had single stage paint with no clear coat and was a lot sturdier. Michael, yes, and I was wondering about George. Glad he chimed in. Aw. Back in 2021, I know this because I took a picture like actually where all this is set up. A couple of my cats were lying down, and I took a picture of them, and then just in the corner of the screen you can see I was watching Dark Shadows. For some reason, Teddy liked to be in the room, like he liked to sleep right there while I would nod out, just playing Dark Shadows. So like he got to listen to the intro music and listen to all those episodes play while I was asleep. So I guess he was a fan of the show too. But I had gotten farther, like into some color episodes. I really can't say like I'm sure if I took the time I could like figure out exactly what scene, but like I don't want to say where it is because it's a little bit farther on. It is in the color area, but just like 2021 being what it was, I don't know if it was just like changing jobs or whatever, but I just fell off with it, so that's just where it stood. Nightcock, good old single stage acrylic enamel. John Bolts, George is the sweetest kitty. He sleeps with us every night and doesn't run around like a maniac like our other cats did. Oh, he's totally chill. But back in 2024, things were bad. This was during the time, quite frankly, when we were only getting an hour on YouTube. So we just had to suffer through that last hour. Sometimes I didn't get to see it at all. because if there's nobody to talk to, it was just too depressing. That's why I don't like Gilded. I just got PTSD from that. Other things going on. I was just not in a good way. At my old job, I think things were quite bad. The delete yourself depression was in full gear. It was, around December, beginning of January. I was just sort of getting the thought, like, I haven't watched Dark Shadows in a while. Maybe I ought to finish that up. I got so far before. I might as well watch the rest of it. What else do I have to do? I don't even think I was keeping up with Gray Still Plays videos. It was that bad. Like there was just too much movement. It hurt my eyes. But I was just wishy-washy about it. It's like my days off were set, and I usually did the same set things. I just could not figure out a way to incorporate it into my life the way it was. But I went out one day, and I usually drive the same paths. I know like the traffic lights, so I can get around quickly, and I'm usually out at the same times of day. And I come to an intersection where there was a Taco Bell there, then they took it out, and like now it's back in business, I guess, something like that. But right across the street, it's a building for Harley Davidson. Whenever they do, I just thought about that for Memorial Day, like they'll set up there in downtown, so we get a bunch of extra traffic and shit like that. But I don't have to go out for that. But now they were not open. I was out. It couldn't have been later. It was not noon. I don't know if it was 11. Maybe 11:30. Like they don't open that early. I don't know what time they open. I don't care, but they're just not open that early, which is fine. So there's no parking, no cars over there, just some motorcycles. Everything's closed up. But there's a big ass truck up front. And I know what those trucks are because I worked at a place before that job that got those big ass trucks, those big ass armored trucks that the guys have to wear Kevlar to drive. And they come pick up the money. And they're at a time frame too. They have to they can't dick around. Like they're just on that much of a time schedule. If you're half an hour late to the next place, they might think you got robbed. So you have to radio to let them know the people are in. They come get their money and go. So I'm sitting there waiting for the light. That's only 60 seconds. I've timed it. Sitting there waiting to make my left turn. And I'm looking across the street. Again, and no cars. It's not open. But there's that big ass picking up the money truck. Now, the armored car where I worked at, it was white with their logo on the side. But this one, it was black, pure black. Like, that's how one of these armored cars should look, is black. But all across the side, in big, tall, skinny letters, all it said, again, this is a black vehicle, these big, tall, white letters. All it said was Loomis. Loomis. And my very first thought is that is the last person I would trust my money with. But at the same time, there's a character on Dark Shadows called Willie Loomis. And I do my best to pay attention to messages from the gods, and you cannot give me a more clearer message to watch Dark Shadows than putting this truck in my face with the name of one of the characters. Like message received, I got it, going to Tubi when I get home. So that was not this January, but the January before. John Volt says, Bubbles was up every night zooming around like a maniac. He slept all day and ran around all night. Wow, nocturnal AF. Yeah, John Volt they had a cat named Bubbles. Francois, a friend of mine, used to say cats are souls of the dead resting. Kind of a joke. Yeah, kind of. John Volt, I've been playing Doom: The Dark Ages and Schedule 1 on the side. It's fun dealing droogs to video game NPCs. Yep. Yeah, Temmy Volts, RIP Bubbles. Still miss him. He's okay. He's just with Louise and Lenny up in heaven. Michael, these stories are where I tune into Nikki Talent. Oh, thank you. Francois, Doom Dark Ages looks so good playing Dead Island 2. Actually, a good game, very gory. Now, that makes sense because Mahler's been going live playing Doom, and it's like, it's not Doom 64. I'm like, what the hell? I'm not up with like the current. I didn't realize there was a new Doom out, so that must have been what he's been playing. Oh, okay. Makes sense. Dennis has got to go, peeps. Need to gather my trash and take the cans out. See you tomorrow night. Yeah, see you tomorrow night. John Volt's Michael YouTube channel banning left me salty in the chat on Frank's show. Those bastards. Nightcock, yeah, Loomis logo is a pyramid. Because I looked it up too. It's a real company called Loomis. Again, I would not trust my money with that man, but I didn't name the company. Michael said, so you're hidden in chat, John? Well, with YouTube, again, it does default to top chat, so always make sure you're on live chat. And then I did start at 210 back in, 2 Januaries ago, and I flew through the episode so fast. I stopped doing anything else. I got off of work. I watched Dark Shadows. I'd go to, quite frankly, pick it right back up again until I fell asleep. Wake up, you get it. Got through it so fast. I sped through it. Somewhere around the middle of March, I stopped because I had maybe, say, like 20 episodes left, 15, 20 episodes left. And it was just the anticipation of it ending. I didn't want it to end that fast. And then I remember on 420, I watched I got it so I only had maybe 6 episodes left. And then at the very end of April, I watched that. I officially finished it up, took my notes, episode 1245, that was done. That was the end. So I had seen it all, but I hadn't seen the beginning. Well, I did watch the beginning just this last January, but there I was, taking notes because I'd never seen any of it before. Didn't know just anything. I just had to assume who I was going to see. Michael said, please tell me that you all know the Loomis truck robbery with Zach Galifianakis. That's the first time I'm hearing about that. He's like sort of like not unfunny though, so maybe that's not bad. Oh yeah, John Volt's talking about YouTube just does not like maybe certain comments people have to say about a certain event from 5 years ago. I'm not. I just I know enough about Zach Galifianakis to know that he's worth checking out for. Oh my god. uh Oh, so out. Thank you. Jenna, thank you. It says cha-ching. Oh my god. Yeah, that's what I gotta do this week. What I was gonna do last week. I gotta get that PO box thing going. Well, they're working on the tubes at my bank that like the drive through like tubes, and I don't want to go inside. I'm not gonna stand on my bad knee, in line online in there. So I'll just wait a week and go into the bank. I just want to make sure I have enough in there to cover. I like to pay my credit card bills right away, and I don't like to. Maybe it's from working in that field. Like have no balance when the month rolls over to the next month. I'm just a little bit anal about that stuff since I know, unfortunately, about it. I was forced to pretend like I knew what I was talking about. So it was crazy to be watching the beginning because I knew what was going to happen like roughly 200 or so episodes later. Actually, before I watched the beginning, I went back to about episode 20, I think 6, because the Willie Loomis character was played by 2 people. And that's, not after episode 210, so that was new to me. So I watched that, and then I watched the beginning. So, and it's so fun to see how like characters start out that I know about later. And also, as you watch Dark Shadows, there are some lines that are just lines of dialogue that just simply make sense. But if you've watched the beginning, suddenly that simple line is a fucking killer joke. It just is. If you don't know the backstory, it's fine. If you do, it makes it funnier. Like, holy shit, I can't believe that character. Like, I know they wrote that as a joke. That's for people who've watched the whole series and can remember this one other specific. Well, I guess that was a whole storyline, but still, it sort of comes up again later. Like this character doesn't realize he's making a joke about a thing that already like you wouldn't know if you hadn't watched the beginning. So you do have to sit through it all, even if like some people don't care for the beginning. Um, I kind of see why, but like I kind of see why they were gonna get the axe, but they totally turned it around. Michael said, or John said to Michael, I started listening to Reggie Watts again recently and fell in love with his music all over again. He's so talented and funny. Oh, Michael said the movie is called Masterminds and it's based on a true story. Masterminds. Mm, M. Movie. Search. Search faster. Oh, from 2016. Oh, it's got Owen Wilson. I like him. Uh, biography, comedy slash crime. Cool. Just looking at the cast really quickly. Some comedy type names. Guarded an armored car company in southern U.S. organizes one of the biggest bank heists in American history. Wow. Let's see, 2016. I must have been busy at the time. That's fun. It's what is the what's that one I just watched? Bruce Campbell film, Running Time. Also about it's just a bank robbery, not a armored car robbery. John Volt's his song "Stack of Fuck Shit" is awesome. John Volt, Reggie watched it at Tiny Desk concert with NPR, and it's on YouTube. There's some great stuff in there. All right. Yeah, NPR was great before they became propaganda, a propaganda outfit. Yeah. So Dark Shadows, it starts out. This chick is going to be a governess for this rich family. It's this girl named Victoria Winters. She's an adult. She's not a child, and it's nighttime. She's on the train, and she just doesn't know what's ahead of her. She wants answers about her past. Maybe she's gonna get them when she goes to meet these people in Collinsport. She just doesn't know. But she's narrating every episode so far in starts out with like some creepy music and my name is Victoria Winters, and you get a little bit of a introduction. It's not necessarily a summary of the episode. A lot of times the narrator is unreliable, so like the intro you get, it's just from that one character's perspective. It's not necessarily the truth of the situation. Dandy, there was a Dark Shadows. From what I understand, there was an attempt at a maybe a revival in 2004. There is a pilot for that online. I do have it saved. Haven't watched it yet. But the reason Dark Shadows is a big deal, well, it's been a big deal for almost 60 years, but it got a sort of like an up boost back in 2012 when Tim Burton did the film with Johnny Depp, and that's why we got like the box set and all this other stuff. I mean, like there are right now YouTube channels that upload stuff that do things about it. Have not touched any of them. I know if they're going to review the episode, they're going to have like clips and stills and all that kind of a stuff. We're not quite that far along. It's not going to be my best work, but it's going to be the best I can do right now. It's very much like your friend is sort of on about a TV show and is going to tell you everything about it, whether you want to hear it or not. Right on cue. Glad you made it. I'll have to look that up, Dandy, or if you find it, send it to me or something. All right, and Q says, you look so damn cute in that hat. Oh, thank you. I probably should have started wearing this earlier. Thank you. That way people know who I am. Francois, I found Dark Shadows 2012. Is that the series or something? The one from 2012 is just a movie. It does have some cameos from some of the actors, but that's the Tim Burton, Johnny Depp, Helena Bonham Carter, Michelle Pfeiffer. Those are the biggest names in it. Michelle Pfeiffer does a very good job. I mean, like they all do their thing. It is of its time. It is what people in 2012 think the 60s was. If you watch the movie, just consider it its own separate work, its own separate timeline, the same way you would take House of Dark Shadows or Night of Dark Shadows. Just consider that its own separate timeline. They can all exist together. Totally different vibe. John Voltsnicki has her top hat, and Styx has his tricorn pirate hat. Yeah, the tricorner hat. Yeah, love the hats. Dandy rockin' hat. Thank you. It's less stress on my hair. But right away we switched from this girl on the train to like this rich house. It's the kind of house that has like the squares of the wood paneling, and that's all the walls. No wallpaper. There's a fireplace. You've got like these old not couch, sofa, really fancy chairs, like stuff from the 1800s type of furniture. The double doors opening up, and we've got a lady standing at the window, and she's got like so almost like a deep V cut, two pearl stranded necklace. It's got this little embellishment here, and then she's got her earrings that sort of like just drop down just a little bit. They look like a stone that's got like diamonds all around it. This is Elizabeth Collins Stoddard. I call her Liz, and you'll have to, if you can't tell, her hair is up. If you cannot tell by the side of this woman, things are going to have to stop for her outfits. This woman is so glam, always so put together, so fabulous, but it's never in an in your face, look at me, oh, look at all the work I had to go through to look this way. No, it's never that. It's so effortless and just gorgeous all the time. I love me some Liz, no homo. This is my girl right here, and she's always got it going on. But then over at the wet bar, which it's kind of high up. It's weird to like have to reach that high for liquor, and these people, I don't know why. But that's the liquor bar. Here we got this blonde dude, and he's pouring some alcohol into his, the brandy type of glass. Liz is over at the window. Now this dude with the glass, this is Roger Collins. Now, Elizabeth Collins Stoddard, she's the eldest child, and then Roger is her younger brother. They're about 10 years apart. We don't get that in this episode. I'm just letting you know now. Liz, would say around like 50. So Roger's in his, early, not 40s, around there. But he's just like, Liz, you're wasting your time, just waiting for this girl to show up who should not even be here. He does not like the idea of Victoria Winters coming there. Like, why'd you find this girl? Why'd you tell her to come here? You're wasting your time. Pay her a month's salary. Tell her to fuck off. This whole thing is stupid. He's over it. Liz don't want to hear it. And then Liz asks, well, where's David? And Roger's like, oh, that little monster is up in bed, up in his room. So we find out that Roger has a son named David. And we can just assume here's Victoria Winters going to come here to be the governess for David. And, Liz just sort of takes anything Roger has to say and it just lets it drift on by. Like she considers what he has to say, but she's the matriarch of the family and she's going to do whatever she wants. And he's just so pissed off about somebody being, a new person being at the house. I wondered why his glass was made out of sugar. Like you can tell, like the breakaway glass, it's made out of sugar and it doesn't look like glass. He was like just crushes the glass in his hand. Like, oh my God, dude. I know it's, not real, but in universe it is. To just calm down. Why are you so mad? But he's pissed off. He don't want nobody there. John Volts, people that are salty about Biden hiding his cancer are wrong. There are no laws requiring the president to disclose health issues, despite popular belief. HIPAA and the Constitution allow it. As much as I disagree, it's a fact. Yeah, there is that, but then considering all that they put people through 5 years ago, like demanding to know about their health, I don't think he gets to not be subjected to the same rules as the people living in the country he was allegedly running. Well, we go back to the train, and there's some dude sitting like a few rows back. Like, hard looking motherfucker. Like, this dude looks like he never smiles, just total hard ass, but just sort of sitting back. Guy's asking for a ticket. Dude just really doesn't want to move. Just chilling back there on the train. And here's this old woman sitting next to Victoria Winters talking about, girl, the winter's up here. That's what's going to do you in. This train does not even stop in Collinsport. It hasn't stopped here in like 5 years. I was in this town once. Never again. If you're going here, you're crazy. Just doing everything she can to talk her out of it. And just Victoria, she's just like, nope, this is what I'm here to do. I'm gonna go. Like, thanks for the, like she should just kind of like politely listening. She's not rude to her at all. Michael said we're post storm, poolside, golden hour with the Simpson sky right now. Thank God. Michael said, LOL, Nikki, it's always a good move to ask, why are you so mad? You mad, bro? Oh, John Volchyk's talking about they have an epidemic of people not looking before they pull out into traffic, and you got people dying almost daily. Wow, people are nuts. Michael, yeah, MFs cannot handle. Why are you so mad? I love when somebody's going off and you're like, whoa, do you think they're mad? We find out that Collinsport is 50 miles from Bangor. That is going to, that town does come up a lot in the future. Some of this information, it might just sound like what, but it's just because I know for a fact it will come up later. Well, we get a few flashbacks to Victoria Winters. Some ladies just showing her this letter, like, "Oh, we received a letter asking you to be the governess up in Collinwood, up in Collinsport, and this is just a good opportunity for you. It's a good rate of pay. It gets you out of because she was in New York, so she's going over to Maine to work. Like it's a good opportunity. You ought to take it." But it was just this mystery letter just asking her to come there to work. She doesn't know how she got recommended for the job. And I would think with my dead hair looking at Victoria Winters that it's a wig, but I just didn't realize like hair was just that healthy back then. To my mind, it's a wig. I know it's not. Some of these actors do wear wigs. No, this is this girl's real hair, and it is just so thick. Oh my God. Like it looks heavy. It's so thick. I cannot imagine having hair that thick and healthy. It's insane. Michael, acting sincerely interested but confused with an angry person is the best kind of terrorism. John Volts, I woke up at 1 this morning, couldn't get back to sleep, finally got to sleep, had to get up at 5:30. Ugh, oh, that sucked. Yeah, I woke up way too damn early today. But the train stops, Victoria Winters gets off, but then so does that guy. And again, it's nighttime, they're just standing at the train station. And they sort of start talking to each other, like, hey, it's you know, new in town. Burke's like, we don't know his name yet, but this guy, his name is Burke Devlin. I really don't care for the name Burke because it's a verb, but whatever. I didn't name the guy. It's like, oh yeah, I haven't been back here, and it's been a while. And Victoria Winters, she's like, well, what do people do in this town to get around? Is there a taxi? And he's like, nope. It's like, but I do have a private car. I can give you a ride somewhere. She's like, oh, great, cool. I'm going to I'm going to Collinwood. He's like, why would you go there? And she's, oh, I got a job offer. I'm going to be the governess up there. And Burke kind of just implies that Collinsport is a spooky place, like something about hopping on your broomstick and just flying around, something along those lines. Bear in mind, this is an episode that premiered on June 27th, 1966, so it's nowhere near Halloween. We don't get any in universe dates for a minute. So I don't I couldn't tell you, like I'm sure online might say, but I'm trying to just like sort of like stick with what the media is showing us. So let's just assume it's around the same time of year, I guess. Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter when you start school if you have a governess. So yeah, I guess that doesn't matter. But Burke gives Vicky a ride to we go to the Collinsport Inn, and it's almost like two sets because it's got like the inn part where you walk in, there's stairs to go upstairs, but then there's a doorway to the side and that opens up into this little cafe, like like there's like some chairs, tables, and then you got like the counter there. And so Vicky Winters heads over there, and there's a lady working behind the counter. She's got, I know this is a blonde wig. It's such a, like it's a cute hairstyle, but it's a blonde wig on a girl that should not be blonde. And this girl introduces herself. The girl working behind the counter, her name is Maggie Evans. Um, don't let my wife hear this, but Maggie Evans is my girlfriend. So I will start a fight over that chick. Sometimes I call her Mags. I might slip and call her that. I'm not talking about the Frankly. That's just the shorthand. I use initials for absolutely everybody except for Liz and Maggie. So it's like Liz and Mags. I might slip up and say that. It's the same girl. And then thankfully, she does not wear that wig for very long because, again, it's a cute hairstyle, but this girl was just not meant to be blonde. She's too pretty in the face. You don't have to do that. But she's kind of a hard ass. She calls Vicky a jerk. And Vicky's like, excuse me? Like, she's being very nice about, being called a name. But Maggie calls her a jerk. She's like, you're coming into this creepy town. Everybody knows the Collins family are kooks, and like the reason she knows this is because like the chauffeur told the innkeeper told like one of the cleaning women told Maggie. She works on the diner, she hears all the gossip, she knows everything about everybody. If you want information about somebody in the town, as gossipy of a town as it is, go into this little diner, coffee shop, whatever, and talk to her because she knows. And I guess she's on the night shift because it's nighttime. But we see there's a clip real quick. Like this, it's like a real short scene. We see a car drive up to a house. Roger gets out, pounding on the door. Get up, answer the door, you drunk. And then nothing happens, so he gets in his car and leaves. So later he shows up at the diner and he's just like, oh, hey, how's that coffee? Maggie's closing up. So it's like, oh, it's going to be strong. And so Roger's just trying to be kind of casual about it. Like, so does your dad ever pick you up after work? And she's like, oh, if he feels like it, how he gets on a tear and likes to celebrate, and just sort of implying that her father just likes a good time, probably a drinker. Like, oh yeah, I haven't, seen your dad in a while. Hope he's okay. And that's when does he find that out? I really am gonna have to redo my notes, but he's as he's there trying to get information from Maggie. This other guy walks in. This fellow's named Bill Malloy. Now the Collins family owns a fishing interest, so this guy Bill Malloy sort of is like in charge of the company. He usually talks to Liz, but here he is talking to Roger. And Bill's just a little bit on edge. Like, Roger, you didn't hear? Roger's like, hear what? Bill's like, well, Burke Devlin's back in town. Roger's, since when? Like, it's like, well, he just got here. He just came on the train. Or I don't know if he tells him that then, but it's Roger's shocked to find out. This is upsetting to him. He's got to go. He's got to get out. He doesn't like that information. I just cannot believe how much of a dick Maggie is to Victoria when it just must be like this hard ass persona she has to put on at work because like she's not we're really not gonna see her be this mean to people. And like maybe it's because it was a warning, but she's never like this quite like this any other times. I and I don't know why I can't speculate too much whether like that was the way the character was written. Maybe at the time they thought they were going to make Maggie into like a meaner character and they decided not to. I don't know, but like it really did put me off seeing her before. It's like, wow, she's not coming off very, for somebody who works with the public, like just be a tad bit nicer. Maybe it was a bad day. I don't know, but we never see her like this again. She gets sweeter with better hair. But yeah, we find out Burke Devlin, he rented out like the top floor. He's got like 3 rooms at the Collins Port Inn. Eventually he goes to the Blue Whale, which is a bar. It's just like a bar that's next to that's on the dock. So that's how it looks inside. Very nautical feel. But he's got this PI there that he has paid to investigate the Collins family, find out everything he can about them. And later we see this girl in the bar. Is that the same episode? Maybe that's the next episode. I shouldn't watch these the same day. I've just confused myself and I just watched it earlier. But no, he does have a guy. He did pay a guy to find out about the Collins family because, again, Burke has not been in town for a while. So we don't know exactly why he needs to know. I mean, like, it kind of makes sense. Like, somebody would want to know about the richest family in a small town. But we get the sense that he has history with the Collins family. We just don't know what. But we know two people are nervous about him being back in town. And even Maggie implies that Collins Port is a spooky type of place. How does she get there? But yeah, so I was just thinking because Victoria Winters goes from being at the inn to she does go to Collins Wood, so she does get to like the main house that we always see. The foyer at Collinswood has been done in Legos. It's been around. It's got the clock there, the big grandfather clock. It's got stairs going up and going across the way, and it's got like the big windows. And it's interesting because we don't get a shot like this very often because when Victoria Winters walks in, Liz is there, but the camera's down on the floor, like looking up. Is it like we can see, like, there's the clock, and there's the door to the living room, and there's the door to the kitchen, and there's that. But it's just like we never get a shot down on the floor going up. Like, this is one of the few times. It's usually, like upright stationary cameras moving around. Sometimes they just get shoved right into the shot. You can see the teleprompter and everything. We never usually get shots like this, so appreciate it. But see, not a lot. Again, it is just arriving at a place and establishing some areas. It's just the intro episode, not a huge lot is going on. We just know we should be concerned about Burke Devlin showing up because, like, why are you back here? John Volts, yeah, if YouTube doesn't like certain words you're saying, either just like pseudo swear around it, like just you have a way to like not say the words it doesn't like. That's why there's no December 26, 2024 episode on my channel, because YouTube didn't like something I had to say, but it didn't tell me exactly what. Also, many of these episodes, like I'm paying attention to this, but like it's already listed online for you if you don't want to put this much effort into it. But a lot of episodes are like say all one night, all one day, all between sunset and sunrise. Sometimes you can see the times on clocks, sometimes you cannot. I swear I got through a patch of episodes. It was like 20 episodes and it was just one day, and I don't think I'm exaggerating, like maybe 15 episodes. But and I'm like, wait, this is still the same. Like, everybody's doing something this night. Oh my, like, when can I please see the sun? I'm sticking right in the same date. Let's just go to tomorrow. God damn it. It just, but not all the time. And then, like, I don't know, like sometimes it seems like time jumps ahead, but we're not always getting dates, so you can't tell. And then at one point, if you are paying attention to the dates that are given to you in the show, it's like we're given one day, say the middle of April, and then after about like a month or like 10, 20 some episodes, we get another date that's like the beginning of April. So it's like, wait, time's going in reverse. What? So if you want to make sense of it like that, it's an added challenge. You can't just take every episode as its own separate day because you'll get confused. You kind of really do have to pay attention to the lighting and the clocks And sometimes they don't show you any clocks or any lighting, and you just have to guess, or maybe it's in the dialogue. It's fun. I kind of like the challenge again for just a teeny tiny these half an hour episodes. I got Shadow Banned on Netflix. Oh my god. Francois, I know 5 magic words to get a ban for a week on YouTube. I know, I'm sure you do. What new show, Tammy? John Bolt says, I canceled my YouTube Premiere sub, but I'll probably go back on it because I'm a pushover. Screw those guys. Tell them to pay you. So why don't you pay me $4.20 every month? I just wanted to slowly start breaking into some dark shadows a little bit there. I really do think I'm either going to have to rewrite these or put them on yellow paper. So that's just more. It'll make the reviews go better. That's what matters. So yeah, if you're into like creepypastas, ARGs, they're out there. And you know they're good when you start to think like this could really happen. Oh my god, I want to kind of get Minecraft now and play it on like single player, just to be creeped out by like noises and like blocks that shouldn't be there because like now I'm expecting it. Like I'm waiting for the jump scare and I'm not scared yet. John Bolt says, I know 7 dirty words. I never memorized the 7 dirty words. They might be, actually by now, they might be tame. I'd have to look that up. It's a George Carlin skit if you guys don't know what the 7 dirty words are. It's a comedy thing. But yeah, if you'd rather hear about episodes of Dark Shadows from the horse's mouth, you can go to Tubi right now. Link is in the description. It does have it broken up into 2 parts. So Dark Shadows, the beginning, is just the 209 episodes that kicked it off. And Dark Shadows, no subtitle, is episode 210 through episode 1245. There are some missing episodes. Like where I am now, I'm like technically on episode 633 because there is no episode 634. I don't know what that's about. To just figure it out, but we'll come to that when we come to it. And sometimes they do say, quite frankly, sometimes they do actually say dark shadows. I'm counting those. I need to count every time that they a grave rob because that seems to happen a lot. Michael said, "Oh, why didn't Nikki read Monica?" Tammy Bolt says, "Judy Bloom forever. Am I banned now?" I don't think so. Usually, how YouTube goes, it seems like if you're like saying something it doesn't like YouTube will just automatically like you hit enter and like your comment might go up into the chat room, but then immediately YouTube just message delete whatever it says, like your comment just doesn't go there. Oh, okay. Tammy says I was trying to say that's the show I like. Netflix now. Yeah, that's cool. I do have Netflix. I'm kind of thinking about getting rid of it. Francois, how come we get banned on Netflix? Is there a chat room or something? Wasn't Netflix pissed off about people like sharing the like? Say your husband wants to watch Netflix on his device. You let him use the password. Suddenly your account's blocked because you air quotes shared a password. Like they were cracking down on that. I don't know, maybe a few years ago. I don't have a password to, I don't have a Netflix to, I mean, I've got Netflix. I don't have anybody to share it with, so I wouldn't get into that situation. But I've personally used somebody's Netflix after they gave me the password. So I had their permission. I wasn't like guessing it and like using their account. Uh, I don't like Netflix is like they do have a YouTube channel. I'm sure you can go to their comment section and just say all the bad words and words with the hard ER, but then you might lose your YouTube account. I don't know how mad they're gonna get about that. Tammy, YouTube didn't like me saying I like that show, I guess. Yeah, they don't want you to. It's not a YouTube show, so they don't like you talking about it. They're just assholes like that. John Volts, I was subscribed to Netflix when they mailed DVDs to you. I never watch it now. Yeah, the price just does keep going up, so that is kind of why I do want to get rid of it. I think it's up to like 19.20 a month. Uh, Francois, I'm pre-banned since birth. I know it seems like anytime if you're having a weird glitch with like an app or a website, something, if you can try to reach out to them to like send an email or a DM, like just try. The worst they can do is just never answer you. It could just be a glitch, just the way computers are now. Just one little tiny thing's out of place and the whole thing falls apart. Michael said, "Say Francois again. I don't think he likes the attention. You can't be shy online. If you can take me, a person who was nervous for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, like 3 days to show my face on a video, if I can do it, anybody can do it. And like as much as I say don't like to, like I've seen worse looking people, like not to talk myself up, but not to talk myself down either. And like as much as I don't like my voice, I've heard plenty of other, women talk, and I'm thinking, oh my god, if that was my voice, I would become a mute. So it's not that bad. It's not that bad. If you're ever self-conscious, just remember nobody cares. It's all right. Oh, that's not good. John Volt said Disney bought Hulu, and that grinds my gears. I didn't like Hulu. I tried. I had like a free, 1 month, 30-day trial, and everything I went to go look up was like just interviews. Like I specifically, I typed in George Clooney. I remember thinking like, oh, it's gonna bring up Ocean Elevens and The Perfect Storm and just stuff like that. And like I swear it was nothing but like interviews, like when you're on the red carpet about to walk into an event, like stuff that I would watch on the E Network. Like, why does this need to be recorded? I just never mind. I think I was watching American Horror Story Hotel on it. I remember that specifically. That's where I watched it. I didn't watch it on Netflix. Wow, memory unlocked. That's where I saw Hotel. That's where I saw Hotel. It's coming back to me. I was on my tablet. So it must have been 2015. I remember that now. Because then I was watching Roanoke. Um, because like half of it had premiered, and I think I was watching it like on like the FX app or whatever network it came on. And then like had to watch the rest, like the last few episodes, like on TV, something like that. Yeah, that's how that happened. Because I don't think I watched Hotel on TV. That's how that happened. It's been 10 years. That's why I'm freaking out right now. Was it was it winter? Now I have to look up when it came out. I didn't think I would remember that. Wow. That is how I watched. Sorry, yeah, like my brain worked for once. Oh my God. Thank you guys for bringing this stuff up. This is why I like the live show. I would have never remembered that without you guys. Oh my God. Thank you so much. Michael, you are 60+% of my social circle, and it's very cozy. Yeah, everybody I know is online. All my family's online. All my friends are online. And that's just the way it has to be. It's not like the prestige. I don't have to drown myself every night to put on a show. If that guy had the internet, it would have been so much easier for him. No spoilers. Sorry, I didn't mean to spoil anything from the prestige. A great movie. Watch it like 2 or 3 times. But yeah, I'm glad you guys had a couple of free extra hours on a today, Wednesday. And yeah, we're just gonna I do want to just kind of keep it loose. I'm not trying to overload the channel with Dark Shadows, for the whole 2 hours. We can talk about current event type stuff, even though I won't know what you're talking about until at Tuesday when Frank gets back in. That's okay. A lot of the times I don't know what he's talking about, but I don't have to. John Volt says, my social circle consists of work people and cats. That's good. You want to have cats in your life. That's going to make you healthier. It's going to make you live longer. It's going to chill you out. And sometimes your cats like to do people stuff, like watching Dark Shadows with you. So it's great to see everybody. Please make sure to check out the poll, get that voted on. I just want to make sure I'm not overloading you guys with too much stuff. Michael said it's funny you mentioned that I'm cloning Nikki's in the forest right now. Oh no, that's the last thing you want. Oh, what Wheelio Bill Cooper said, enjoy the rest of your evening, Nikki. Take care out there. Yeah, you too. Thanks for showing up over on Twitch. And thanks for giving me a platform. Thanks for the likes and the subscriptions and your attention. And for being Frankly's and being based and picking up your pants after every show. John Volt says to Michael, if you don't have a circle, you have a cage. Ah, good one. I like that. So it's great seeing you guys. Francois, can we have a bubble? Michael, love you kids. Yeah, love you guys. Take it easy. Get some good sleep. Get something to eat. Smoke out on the balcony. Sit in a chair. If you don't have any knee pain, go for a walk. If your eyes don't hurt, watch some videos or read or something like that. Check out some scary stories on YouTube. We'll talk about some more Dark Shadows. If you do want to suggest a movie, you can. If you don't think we should be watching movies while I'm covering Dark Shadows, that's cool too. Nightcock, thanks Nikki and Chad. Amazing as always. Yeah, thank you guys. Love seeing you guys. Thanks for helping me remember something about my own past. Until next time.